guys, it's Georgie. I thought that today, because it's been kind of a busy week, we could do kind of a bit more of a relaxing video for my first independent video on the channel, and just do kind of like a bit more, not get to know you, but kind of like random facts about Georgina, because who doesn't love learning weird facts about people? This is Moo. She's my rabbit. And the thing that you get when you have a black and white rabbit is that if you have black clothes on, you have white fur all over you. And if you have white clothes on, then you get black fur all over you. So it's just a vicious circle, and nothing ever doesn't have her fur on it. So basically everything is just hers. What I thought we could do today is I have these cards that I've been meaning to use for a really long time, and I got them for my birthday a couple years ago, and they've just been sitting on my desk, and you're kind of supposed to use them when you have friends over and like as a conversation starter thing, but I don't have any friends over right now, and I just want to relax and have some tea. So I thought we could do this, and then we could do a bit kind of like a random facts about me. So the first one, what do you most enjoy doing by yourself? I think there's a lot of things I like doing by myself. I really like coloring. I think that would be like one of the top things that I really like to do by myself. And I think it's so relaxing, and you get to just like totally immerse yourself in it. And I'm not talking like, I'm not saying like I'm a pro colorer, if you will, because I know like I'm no artist, and I get books with patterns and stuff in them, and I just think it's fun and relaxing and calming to just like sit down and just like fill in really intricate patterns with colors of whatever you want. And it's not like kindergarten coloring where it's like 3 different sections on a page, but it's really fun, and I think it just sort of helps me like calm down at the end of a long day. So here's one of my favorite coloring books. It's called Intricate Butterflies, 45 Beautiful Designs to Color by Chuck Abraham. And it's really cool. It's just kind of like different butterflies that all have different patterns, and you can just pick one to color. I've colored quite a few because I've had the book for quite a while. I think I got it in like elementary school. But yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do, whether it's like by myself or with other people. Ooh, okay. You good? Okay, next one. If you could shop for free at one store, which one would you choose? Ooh, this is a hard question. I feel like it would be Indigo or Sephora, probably, because I feel like that those are the places that I spend the most amounts of money. And I know I shouldn't, but and if it was Brooklyn, if Brooklyn was here, she would say that what's the point of me spending money at Sephora, because I don't wear makeup that often. But like when I do, I go, like I love it, and it's not, I'm someone who values sleep more than I value what my face looks like during the daytime, but I want to get more into it and like have more of a daily routine with it, because I have spent a lot of money on makeup, and I really need to like get the use out of it that I need to make it worth the amounts of money I've spent on it. But I think Indigo too, because I love books, and I spend so much money at Indigo. When I can, I try to find books at like BMV or like used bookstores and stuff like that, just because usually they're cheaper. But a lot of the time when I get books, they're new books, which means that they aren't in used bookstores yet. So I have to get them new, which means that I have to pay full price because I'm impatient and I don't want to wait for them to go into the used stores. So yeah, I think it'd be Indigo or Sephora. Do you want to go down? We'll be right back. Next question. Not question. Topic. What's the scariest movie you've ever seen? I feel like this is a hard question. I've seen a lot of horror movies. Well, maybe not a lot. I've seen a good amount of horror movies. I would say that a lot of them I didn't find necessarily scary, because I think a lot of the time when I watch horror movies, I just kind of like to laugh at how stupid some of the characters can be and like the decisions that they make. I would say one movie that, if it's not necessarily, well, it's scary, but it's also just like really creepy. I would say Human Centipede is definitely one of the ones at the top of my list, just because the idea of it is so out there, and it can be like very creepy and disturbing at times. Other movies I've seen that I wouldn't say are necessarily scary, but like are good movies just to like kind of sit down and laugh at, maybe, in the kind of horror category, are Paranormal Activity. I think I've seen 2 of them. And I just find that they're so funny to watch because a large premise of the movie is just like looking through security cameras and just watching the pool cleaner float around in the pool. And then occasionally you see like someone being dragged down the stairs by like a ghost or something. But anyway, and the Saw movies can be kind of funny to watch sometimes. They can also be kind of creepy, but an Orphan, I would say. The Orphan's another one that it's not hugely scary, but there's times where you're like, what's going on? But yeah, I would say those are like some of the top of my list. But I think Human Centipede is definitely like a big one for me. Do you possess any of your qualities? I still can't read. Do you possess any of the qualities of your astrological sign? This is like a funny question. So my friend and I, whenever we talk on the phone, almost always our conversation circles back to our astrological signs. And I'm a Capricorn because my birthday's in January, and well, like early January. And I think we kind of just get lost in this hole of like Instagram pages talking about like characteristics of astrological signs and like horoscopes. And I think sometimes I can be like Capricorn. I wouldn't say that off the top of my head I know a lot of the characteristics. When I read them, sometimes I feel like they can relate to me, but I think that's the case with a lot of astrological signs. And I think horoscopes generally, at least in my experience, which is very limited, is that a lot of the time they can be very general and inclusive, so that a lot of people can relate to them, no matter like what your type of personality is. But I think it's always fun to go through them and see whether what it says you are does actually have anything to relate to what your personality is actually like in real life. So, what's your favorite music video? Ooh, that's hard. I feel like I say it's hard for every question. Favorite music video? I think one of my favorites, because it depends on the mood I'm in. I feel like one of my favorites overall, and this is gonna sound stupid, is the Carrie Underwood Ever Ever After music video from, and it's a song from Enchanted, and I love it. It's like so good, and basically they kind of turned her into an animated Disney character for the music video, which I thought was so cool. What's another one? I really like... I think I like the Rude music video, the song Rude by Magic. I think that's a really cool video. There's so many. I feel like those are like some of my favorite, but like I definitely like those ones. Would you like to be famous, and what would you like to be known for? I feel like for this question, I've kind of always wanted to be a famous singer, and it'll probably never happen. I don't know what road I'm going to go down once I finish university, or like what I'm going to do continuing through university. I would love to be a famous singer, and I've always loved singing, and I kind of grew up doing it, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. I think too, it would be so amazing to get to like do what you love and like travel the world, or even just like travel around your city or your country or like wherever, and get to meet people who like you can relate to through your music, and you get to do what you love every single day, and you can like earn a living by doing something that you have an absolute passion for, like singing or playing music or painting or like anything, like playing sports, anything like that. I think it's just like such a great opportunity for anybody who gets to like become famous in their area of expertise and just live life doing what they love. And I guess like I aspire to be able to do that one day. What do you feel passionate enough about to protest? I mean, I feel like this is kind of a relevant topic because it's something that's happening right now. I mean, yesterday, there was a huge walkout in the States, of students who walked out of their classrooms, in protest for gun control laws. And I would definitely say that that's something that I'm very passionate about. I've never like taken part in anything like that, and I've never been part of, as far as I can remember, any like protests or anything like that. And more recently, coming from like kind of a journalism perspective, I've always had more of the, I want to go and learn about what they're talking about, but I'm not someone who necessarily takes part in it myself, but I would love to tell other people's stories and learn more about why they're so passionate about what they're talking about. So yeah, I think if there was one thing that I would be willing to protest about, it would definitely be like gun safety and gun control. And we have like a great system here in Canada. And I think like I'm always so grateful for how safe I feel here. And I think that everyone should be able to feel as safe as I do, and like people really deserve all around the world to be able to live their lives and feel safe with what they're doing, especially kids who are in school. I think that is so, so important. And it's just, I don't know, like it's every time I hear that there's been like shooting anywhere in any country, but like specifically with school shootings, it's so devastating that people are taken advantage of in spaces that they should be able to feel the most safe. That should be a safe environment where people can go and learn and just like have fun and not have to be scared for their lives, especially when you're in school, you're so young. and like I'm still in school. I can't imagine, like, even on a university and college level, like, or anywhere, like workplace, anything, even in your house, like no one deserves to be scared for their life that someone could come up and shoot them. It's not fair. And I think it's really something that I would be willing to stand up for. And maybe I will in the future. I'm not sure. If I get the opportunity, I think I would definitely be a part of something to stand up for that. And I really, really admire the kids in Florida. They're not even kids. They're wise beyond their years. The students in Florida who have taken it upon themselves to be the generation that's going to change gun control in the States. And they're fighting, and they're willing to keep pushing, and they're not going to back down. And I so admire you. And if we ever get to meet, I would proudly stand behind you to help you in your fight. Which song gets stuck in your head? I feel like there are too many all the time. If Brooklyn were here, I think she would say more often vines get stuck in my head than songs, because she's usually the one who has to witness me saying them over and over and over again. One that was stuck in my head for days, and Brooklyn was so irritated with me by the time we finished. We were just like after classes, and we were just like studying for midterms, and I was just like over and over just like, you are my dad, you're my dad, woogie woogie woogie. And by the time she got like so fed up with it, she was just like, you need to pick a new vine. And I was like, sorry, it's stuck in my head, don't know what else to do. But, yep. But I feel like a song that gets stuck in my head a lot. One that's just kind of always in my head, no matter what time of year it is Deck the Halls. And it's very strange, because I'll just be like walking around my house at any point in the year. So it'll be like summertime, springtime, whenever. And I'll just be like walking around being, deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. And it's just kind of like always that song that I revert back to if I'm thinking about anything. And I don't know why that is, but it just kind of is. And it drives me crazy sometimes. I'm sure it drives my family crazy sometimes, but it's just kind of how it is. So, yeah. Okay, I think this is going to be the last one. What's the best way to relieve stress? I could go on for hours about how to relieve stress, because I've had way too much practice. Or not way too much, because I feel like you can't have way too much practice at relieving stress. But I would say some of my big things are meditation is definitely something that I do. Coloring is another one. Meditation for me, I cannot focus myself enough to do guided or to do like self-guided meditation. I pretty much only do guided, and I find it can be really helpful, especially like if I can't sleep or anything like that. If you can have like a guided meditation to just sort of like help you relax and calm down at the end of the day, that can be really, really helpful. Especially if you're like worried about something that's happening the next day or something like that. Coloring, I said that is like another big one for me. Just like sitting down and doing something that you really enjoy. So like, even if you know that you have a lot of stuff to do and like you have things that need to get done, being able to be honest with yourself and just say, I need to take some time just to like make sure that I'm doing okay. So whether that's stepping back and having a snack, or going out for a walk, or having some tea and reading a book, or like hugging a pet or anything like that. I think taking the time to realize like what helps you to de-stress and is like something that's going to make you feel better is so, so important. So I think that's like, those are some things that I would say definitely help me. Sitting down and just listening to music, watching Netflix, as general and ordinary as that sounds, YouTube or Netflix, reading a book, just like going out for a coffee or like meeting up with a friend and just like catching up with each other, I think is so important to keep that kind of social life and work or education or whatever balance. You need to have that balance in your life to sort of maintain a certain level of happiness. And yeah. So yeah, I think those are all of the cards I'm going to go through today. I think we went through quite a few. If you want me to do more of these in the future, let me know. All of my social media links are going to be in the description box below, so you can find out what I do in my spare time on them. Brooklyn, I believe, will have a video up next Thursday. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you want, leave a comment of something that you'd want to see me do in a video some other time, because I am always reading the comments and I would love to hear your ideas. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.